evening, everyone, and thank you so much for tuning in again. This is Angie Ostajic Talk Show, and we want to thank you very much for being here tonight. For all our supporters and viewers around the world, we thank you so much for all your support. Today is a very exciting night, and this talk show is such a wonderful, which I am going to really enjoy because I am going to bring you such an amazing special guest tonight. But I have a question for you. How many of you love to see your children succeed in life? And how many of you desire to have a wonderful relationship with your children? Again, this talk show is made for all the people who are really open to be inspired, to be encouraged, and open to share their ideas. So it's very important that we are all going to do this together. If you have any questions or anything like that, please feel free to go and comment on our show and so that we can address your questions. Again, so welcome. And this show is for all the parents who are open into hearing and learning more about your children. So before I am going to do, thank you so much, Nampo Melalo. Welcome. Thank you for watching. Before going further, I want to tell you a little bit about myself and why am I doing this. So, well, I'm glad to really know that you're here, and I'm glad that you are open to hearing what we have to say. But again, my name is Angie Ostajic, and doing these shows because of my love to people. I do believe that having the skills and the gift that I have, I cannot keep it. I need to share it to as many people as I can, especially now in these uncertain times. And if this is a gift not meant to be kept, it's meant to be shared. So that's why I'm doing everything I can in order to help out all the people and around the world. And if there's something that you can get from here, the impact and the ripple effect that we can do instead of just me doing it, you can also do it on your own community and also in your family. So today, I am very excited. So now I want to tell you I help already hundreds and hundreds of people, inspire them, really help them towards their growth, and now I will continue to be doing this and doing these live shows. So before without further ado, I'm gonna introduce you to my special guest, my son, Nathan Ostajic. So I want Nathan to introduce himself and tell a little bit of what he does to you and why is he here in this show. So thank you so much, Nathan, for joining me and buying into what I am doing. I love you, honey, and thank you for all your support. So tell them a little bit about you and where are you at in life.
Thanks, Mom. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, awesome. Um, my mom said, my name's Nathan. I'm 20 years old, turned 20 this year. I'm attending Mount Royal University here in Calgary. I'm going for my Bachelor of Business Administration in my third year, and I am concentrating on getting a management degree.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I know you work all day today, but I really want to thank
Yeah,
you for joining in with me. So, I the reason why I am going to I brought Nathan here with me. It is because I know that there's a lot of young adults like him out there who are really struggling, sometimes confused what is going on around. So that's why we're not a perfect parents. We don't have a perfect kids, but I tell you what, we tried our best to do everything we can based on our knowledge of raising them. And so far of what they are becoming, we make us very proud. Tony and I make us very proud of what they are becoming as kids. So again, I'm hoping that this show can help you guys in a little bit of what a hint and tips what you can do with your kids. So again, thank you so much for tuning in. So now, Nate, you are in university. With this pandemic right now going on, how do you see the difference between being in class and online? Because you are already online. So tell us a little bit about that.
Um, well, it's a big change for a lot of people, especially if you've never done online courses or anything like that before. Um, of course, you don't have to go there, or you don't have to actually go and attend school. It's kind of nice and it can be kind of bad depending on what your learning style is. If you like to be there in person and you get a little bit more of a benefit of actually being in the presence of other people and teachers and stuff, then you're kind of lacking in that sense. But there's a bunch of other areas or benefits from doing it online. In my opinion, I do prefer doing online school for a couple reasons. Reasons being, um, like I said, I don't have to get up early in the morning and get ready to drive to school every day or whenever I have school. And another really nice thing is you don't have to, you don't get the opportunity when you have live classes that are in person. You don't have the opportunity to watch lectures back in case you miss something, or you can't just slow down the class as you can with online classes that are recorded. You can go back and watch them and or replay some things that were taught that you missed, or if you weren't in class or something came up, and you have the opportunity to go back and take notes and do things like that.
Wonderful, wonderful. But you know, there's some kids, all kids are different, Nate. What can you tell or what can you say to the kids who cannot really concentrate on going online? So tell them a little bit about the tips or any tricks that you do. Sometimes if you're losing concentration in class, like because
Yeah.
it's like of course online. So what can you tell them, those
hmm
other kids out there?
You have to be really self-motivated, and you got to be really disciplined when it comes to this kind of stuff, because when you're at home, that's another really big thing. When you're at home, it's really easy to get distracted. You're at your home usually when you have to go to school and attend your classes. School is really supposed to learn, just like workplaces for everybody else. You go to work to do work. You go to school to do learning and things like that. When you're at home, that's where you come after you're finished with school and you get to relax and you do whatever you might do at home. So when you're home, it's you got whatever your hobbies or anything that you might have at home to distract you. Um, so whenever I feel the urge to do something else or just not focus in school, I just try to focus up in the moment, try to take notes to occupy myself and to stay focused. And if there's anything that I might miss during the lectures, like I said before, they're recorded. It's really good because I can go back, and you don't want to miss out on a lot of the stuff because, well, of course, it's important towards getting a degree, or if you're in high school, getting that diploma, whatever it might be.
Yeah, so you're saying that it's your why that is driving you to refocus because you know
Yeah.
what your why is. So you're going back and refocusing on what matters the most. And also, Nate, maybe it will help also for a lot of kids if they're truly passionate doing what they love to do, especially in school, if they're taking the courses that they really want to take because that is actually what they're passionate of taking. So maybe that will help them also because they're gonna get excited. Even how hard the subject will be, it will
Yep.
be more exciting for them. Like
hmm
to take that because that's exactly what they want. It's not like what their parents want. It's
Yep.
actually what they want, right? So
Yeah,
another
that's a
thing
big thing.
yeah, it's a big thing because you really need to be involved in doing that Thank you, Valerie, for watching. Thank you. And also, it's very important maybe if they can really put themselves into like a room we're in to like eliminate some distractions
Hmm.
where what they can
Yep.
see. So I guess or noises or anything like that. So maybe it will not be nice to put them in a one space to do the studies, right? So that will help maybe. And again, maybe a support from the parents, maybe like like for example, if they need to be in class, maybe some parents will be reminding them and being there to kind of help them out. Maybe that will help
Yep.
also. But that I know, like I know you have a girlfriend that do the same subjects with you. Like what does that help? Like how can it helping you, and how is it helping you? By the way, if we don't say it's a lot, we love her. We love her very much, and you know, so, like what it does that, like for having that body, and at the same time significant others to be like studying together. What? How does that help?
So, like you said, it's really, really nice having reminders, right? So if your parents or your friends or anything like that, not even just your parents, the rest of your family, keeping you focused, keeping you motivated. In my case, like you said, yeah, my girlfriend's in a lot of the same classes as me, so it's really nice doing the classes together because if she doesn't understand something or I don't understand something, it's really helpful for the other person to teach and to review and to go over a bunch of different things again so that you can understand it a little bit better. It's also really important to make friends in your classes so that you can do the same thing. In case somebody else doesn't understand something, then you can motivate each other to learn it better and stay focused in class as well.
Yeah, so stay connected and build some relationship with the people in class. So, how do you balance about like being in school? How do you balance it with like also working, and like how do you do that? Like how do you balance your time, like with all the things that is going on in your life?
um, Carefully. You do it
Yes,
very carefully.
yeah, I know.
You wanna make sure you have a really good balance and you're aware and you set your goals. That's a really good point. You gotta make sure that you have goals set and maybe a calendar so you know when your due dates are, you know when you have to work, you know when you have to do or have time to yourself. Of course, that's really important too. Make sure that you're um, prioritizing what would be the most important, obviously, and then putting everything else um, later on if it's less important. Um,
Mhm.
yeah, just keeping track of time, keeping track of your calendar, and marking everything down is a good way to keep track of everything.
Yeah. Oh, before we go further, what inspired you to take your degree right now? Like, what inspired you to take your the business right now, like in school?
Um, well, when I first started out in high school, I was unaware of a lot of things. When you're in high school, it's like you're taking a whole bunch of different courses, and they're all feeding you at the same time. You don't really know what to think about. Where I went to was actually you guys. It was my mom and my dad. Um, they were doing business for a really long time, and I'm like, well, this is cool. I found myself pretty charismatic and quite personable, and I do enjoy working with other people. I'm quite a social person, um, and there's a lot of places and a lot of things you can do with business. So you can start your own business, like I have done actually over quarantine. I started my own business, um, and management, marketing, a whole bunch of other stuff. Is just it's really broad, and there's endless possibilities for you to go on. A lot of different directions. I mean, sorry.
Yeah. Well, I like that. Oh, I like what Nathan said. You guys heard it. We don't push our kids to do what we want. We actually inspire them. So it's a different thing, okay?
Hmm.
You inspire your kids to do things, not tell them what to do. So there's huge difference in there. So parents out there who are listening in here, I guess that's something like a tip for you guys, so that you can help your kids at the same time. So that's awesome. Well, thank you so much about that, Nathan. Really
Oh, of course,
appreciate
yeah.
that. Yeah. Another thing is, yes, you mentioned about business. So Nathan is also a business owner. He started his own business, and he is a record label to manage that. So tell us a little bit about that, Nate.
Okay. I am a musician. I've been making music for 8 years, maybe. I started band in seventh grade, and um, I was always really interested in that. I played the saxophone for 6 years, almost 7 years, I think. And from there, I started producing music. I've been producing for about 2 years, and since quarantine started, there isn't really much to do. So my one of my best friends, Gabe, and I, we started working together. He's my head producer. I opened up labels so that we could distribute our music onto
Mm-hmm.
Spotify, Apple Music, and that kind of thing, so that everybody could hear our music, and we could make some money out of it instead of just having it be a hobby. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so what I would do is, since I'm managing, I would help Gabe out with some of the instrumentals and stuff that we produce, and I would hire vocalists or other producers to work with us, and we would either release it under ourselves, or we would give our instrumentals to other people, uh, like singers, songwriters, so that they could use it in songs that they would distribute onto Spotify, Apple Music, and all that kind of good stuff.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah,
So, if they want to hear to your music, Nate, like where will they find your music?
you can find it on any platform. It's Jamari, Jomarii, on Spotify, Apple Music, anything like that.
Very
And
nice.
hopefully, we're planning on releasing a single sometime within the next month, hopefully, and then an album by April would be ideal. But
Beautiful. That's awesome. So, guys, check that out, Jamari. Say that again, Nate.
Jamari, Jomarii.
Perfect, perfect. I will put it in here.
Arii.
Jamari. Awesome.
Yes.
So that's guys, check it out. That's their album or their company. So check it out if you can. And another thing is, for example, if these other young adults like you are passionate in music, what can you tell them? What can you advise them? Can you how can they start doing something, or how can they fuel their passion of music?
hmm Um, well, first of all, if you're a singer or anything like that, a producer, you can talk to me. I'm always
Yeah.
looking for people to collaborate with and stuff like that. But if you want to just start distributing individually, um, you can do that. Just do your research. It's a lot easier than you might think. You just got to really focus on getting promotions and getting your name out there. Um, just do your research. You got to look up distributors, um, and just leave. It's in your own hands, your own success, right? You just trust yourself and follow through with it.
Yeah, just keep good doing it, keep showing all your work. And there's a lot of things now that you can do in social media, build your
Hmm.
brand, and just share. Keep sharing your work, and that will be something that can help you out. So good, that's awesome. Another thing is, Nathan, I do believe Nathan started investing as well. So I'm not sure where he is with that, but I know he started investing, and he said that with all the money that he's saving from eating outside, he put it into investment instead. So tell us a little bit about more on that one.
Right? Yeah. Um. So since hours are getting kind of work and stuff like that, it's really important to try to find new ways to start generating some income. Investing really piqued my interest. My uncle was really into Bitcoin, right? So that's what I started off with. Started looking into that and started investing in Bitcoin a little bit. I'm looking at trying to get into some other stocks as well. Just talking with my friends, we're trying to get invested in that kind of thing. But yeah, it's really nice having that extra money from not going out so much. Since quarantine, you can't really eat out as much as you used to be able to. So it's nice having a little bit more to invest. Be a little bit smarter with your money.
That's awesome. So that's very positive that came out from COVID. So,
Hmm.
Anyways, I know he's also some saving some money to buy his first home, and we are praying and wishing him the best for that one. So, anyways, Nathan is still staying with us, which we love, love, love very much. We love to have him around until he is ready to have his own place. But for now, I'm a Filipina. I love being with my kids. So that's why I love being with them. I don't know about them if they want to be around me, but hey, I love them
Oh,
very
it's
much.
fun. It's
That's
great.
awesome. Nathan, I know that you're very busy in school, work, business, and everything that you
Hmm.
do, but you still have some time to really connect with your family, with us. So we are together. What do you love about having a family around you? What do you love about having your siblings, like being together? What do you guys love to do all together?
Hmm. Um, Something that I heard a while ago that stuck with me for a few years. I didn't really think about it much when I was a little bit younger, but the older I get, the more I kind of think about it. Is you have lots of relationships in your life, right? You have your friends, and you'll have a girlfriend, you'll have a boyfriend, whatever. And when I was younger, I heard this. I heard that those relationships will come and they'll go, but some of the relationships that are gonna last, your entire life, is gonna be your family, right? So it's really, really important to cherish that because once you grow up, you'll realize that those friends that you thought were gonna stick around forever, sometimes, you'll they'll you'll get different interests and you'll go your separate ways. But people that are gonna stick it out in the long run is gonna be your family. You're gonna be stuck with your siblings and everything like that. So it's really, really important. Your mom and dad. It's really, really important to have a great relationship with them and do things together. Um, with my siblings, we play sports, play video games together and stuff like that. We'd talk and we'd have good laughs and chat about stuff, and build a really good relationship with each other. We go to church, we go to church every Sunday. The whole family would go. Um, we pray together. We pray the rosary every night, and it's really good to spend that time together, build your faith, and just you should have a really good, strong relationship with people. That can be the longest relationship, in your life.
Yeah, that's guys. I kid you not. I didn't front my son to tell you what are these things that he's saying. These are his own ideas. These are his own words, and I cannot believe it myself. But hey, I guess we raise some kids that really uh, stick to what they believe, and if you as a parent have a great foundation raising them, you will not having a trouble with them. Again, we are not perfect, but we're doing our best and giving it our best. I am not going to tell you that we don't have any problems or anything like that,
Yeah.
but we don't call them problems. They are just situations that we encounter, and together we'll make find ways to make it work. But as
Hmm.
Nathan is saying, we stay close to God. We go to church every Sunday. We also pray together. And we pray for our children. We pray for our children very much because we desire the best for them. And if you are a parent that really love to see your kids succeed, respect you, honor you, and also love you, you need some mutual thing that you need to do. You respect them too, you love them too, and you honor them too for who they are. So there's a lot of things that we can do. Tony and I raised four children, and they are so different from each other, and we thank God for that, because if they're not all different, if they are all the same, it's gonna be boring. But so that's why we're really really happy that are all different, and thank God they are. It's not because they're our kids, but we don't compare them to anyone else, to other kids, but we do believe that they are such an amazing kids. We give their life to God, and God will help them and guide their way, and going to the right path. And guys, we are living in a war zone, like of unforeseen. You never can see it, what's going on, what's gonna hit your kids. social media, you name it, their environment, TV, whatever it is. If you don't occupy them, if you don't stay close with them, if you don't talk to them, you're gonna lose them. And this is something we have a strong responsibility to really shape them, to prepare them, and to protect them. And that is our main responsibility as a parent. We, my husband and I, is not were not raised in a perfect family, but they have taught us on what not to do. That's why everything that we're doing with our kids are the things that we don't want. Like what our parents have done, and what how they teach us, we're trying our best to make the best out of everything that we do for our kids. So every one of us, including you, I know and I believe in my heart that we mean the best for our children. So thank you so much, Nathan. And what else, Nathan? Can you tell our viewers on what are your thoughts? What lesson have you learned from COVID-19, from this quarantine pandemic? What have you learned? What skills have you learned by being quarantined?
Mhm. That's a good question. There's a lot of things that I've learned in all aspects, business, and musically, everything. I think most importantly though, over quarantine, um, and some like the most valuable thing that I've learned is that your relationships, no matter what kind of relationship it is, whether it is your significant other or your siblings or your parents or your friends and things like that, there's gonna be a lot of times where you might have a falling out or some kind of argument or some kind of big thing happens. You need to learn how to be resilient in
Mm-hmm.
that aspect because the biggest thing in every sense, like in whatever it might be, if you get into a fight with anybody, um, what you're doing by forgiving and moving past it is growing as a person and you're strengthening that relationship. Even if you have to, cut some people out of your life, say that you disagree on values or beliefs or whatever it might be,
Yeah.
you're going to grow individually as a person. And if that person and yourself, if you guys stick it out, then that relationship is going to be even stronger. It doesn't matter who it's with. The bigger the fight is, sometimes, if it's with family or whatever it might be, sometimes the better the bigger you bounce back, right? It gets better,
Yeah.
right? You just got to keep that in your mind. Something that I've learned, another big thing, just in relation to that, is you got to
Mm-hmm.
hold on to a really positive mindset. Over the past, I don't know however long it's been, almost a year now, I guess. Um, of quarantine and just being here, I've developed in that
Yeah.
sense where you have to be a lot more. You got to be really positive. You're not gonna live a real short life if you're thinking negatively all the time. You're not gonna get anything about being pessimistic. You're not growing. You're not helping people around you, and
Mm-hmm.
by being kind and forgiving and all that kind of good stuff, you're just
Yeah.
gonna it's gonna be good for everybody all around. It helps everybody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's a great personality to have, a great and a foundation to have that actually in your life, because how you do one thing is how you do everything, and that will be a great foundation for you. If you will develop that personality in you, it will help you a long way. So that's very good. Thank you for that, Nathan. And another thing, maybe this is the last question that I have, that may be very valuable and important, that I do believe is, what keeps you going when things get tough in life? I know there's so many things in there, and but what keeps you going? What's your focus when things are tough? How do you shift your focus into making it more, making working it out? So what can you tell our viewers about that?
Yeah. Um. First of all, you got to make sure that you have goals. So set your goals. Make sure that you have a certain place you want to be. You know where you want to be. Make sure you know where you want to be in the future. And when you're in that
Mm-hmm.
tough spot, think back to your goals and think about the future and think how good everything's going to be and think where you're going to be after. You know, everything goes down, whatever might be positive or negative. You gotta tough out, the lows, and you gotta really celebrate when you get those highs, right, in life. You gotta make sure that um yeah, just enforce that. Keep your head in the future and try to stay happy, stay positive.
Okay, so you always need to think about your why, your bigger
Exactly.
picture, yeah, where you want to be and why you're doing the things that you're doing, because you always envision the reward that moment when you get there. So that is exactly what maybe motivates you to keep moving forward in life. Would you agree?
Hmm.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, again, you guys, this is a wonderful. I we hope very much that you have so you got some values out of this, and you have some information that you need. But again, guys, I would love very much to thank Nathan for being in the show, and to all of you guys who are supporting this talk show. We thank you very much for always tuning in. I have decided to really, I have so many requests from people who are really wanting to learn more on developing, shaping, and protecting our children. So I heard your request, and with all my busy schedule with our my business, my husband and I business, what we are doing, and with our family, we I truly considered, because I felt the responsibility and the really urge and the importance of this. So I developed a program, but this one, guys, it's limited offer, and it is only for people who will act fast on this, because I it's only for few people. So I am only going to take 21 people on this session event, okay, on this training. So I need to give you guys the link, but I called it the 2021. It's a $20 program, plus there's a fee when you do it into Eventbrite, but I called it the 2021. I put only 21 people can attend, okay? And it's gonna be on February the 12th at 7 p.m. So if you are hearing this, I would love to help you with your children. Because imagine if there's someone to develop program to hold your hand, to guide you in motivating and inspiring your children, inspiring you and your children to do a productive activity. And in that case, that can help them also set the foundation for a better future. So build a greater relationship, that instead of you getting mad at them, frustrated, stressed, you will learn how to deal with them and shape them, protect them, help them, and you will learn their different personalities. The only reason why you're struggling in dealing with your children is because you don't know their personality. Some parents are very outgoing, vocal, but your child is not. You cannot expect your child to be like you. So when you teach your child, you teach them like what you know and how you know. But then they are not listening to you because you have a different personality with them. I'll give you one example. I love my husband very much, but the way sometimes he teaches our children is basing from what he know and based from his own personality. Our, our four children, I kid you not, have different personalities, and so how we deal with them supposed to be different from each other. And so some parents are struggling because they don't know how to deal with their children, because they do have different personalities. And that's something that I'm going to teach you. So that's why my kids are they are who they are, because I can fuel them and their personalities and get them to really learn and realize what they really want, find out what they want, and go for it. Because in my all my experiences, I learned how to do that in a hard way. But I'm giving you a shortcut, so that's why I'm giving you a shortcut for $20 per family to come and attend my training, so that you will learn on how to deal with your children. Thank you so much, Roseanne. I really appreciate. Thank you. And also, this is what I am going to give you. These are the pointers. Again, I'm gonna give you the link. First come, first serve. I can only serve 21 people, 21 families per session. This is gonna be a private session for you guys. So if you want, ask me for the link and I can post it there. Once 21 is there, I'll close the session. Uh, I have 13 pointers for parents. Number one, I'm going to tell you is I'm only going to give you three. So if you will attend my session, I will give you more. So number one that I really learned and realized, pray for your children. Pray for them. Pray for your children. It's very, very important. Okay? And pray together if you can. Pray together. A family that prays together stays together. And it's very, very important, especially in this time of uncertainty. Number two is respect, honor, and love them unconditionally. It goes both ways. Parents and children, the same. Encourage them to do the best for themselves. And also, when you do that, you pull the best out of them. Okay? And then the number three is speak life into their potential, meaning you need to correct the behavior and not the person. Correct their behavior. I don't like your behavior, but it doesn't mean that I don't love you. I love you very much. I just don't like your behavior right now. So those are the three pointers that I'm going to give you, and I'm gonna give you more if you attend my session or my program. Other than that, guys, I want to thank you very much. We are coming into an hour already, like almost 40 minutes in here. I want to bring Nathan again and thank you very much for everything, you guys, for supporting and tuning in all the time with our talk show. And I want to thank my son for doing this with me, for buying into what I am doing so that we can inspire and help more people out there. For all the young adults, we wish you all the best. Stay positive, stay faithful, believe in yourself because you are the future of our country. What you do matters. Your word matters. So be very careful in what you do and be very careful with what you say. We're praying for you and God bless you. Again, thank you so very much. Nathan, do you have a last message to everyone?
Yeah, you said it pretty good. Stay positive. Yeah, keep your head up no matter what happens. Um, yeah, just stay motivated no matter what. Um, Thanks for coming. I guess that's about it.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. Thank you, Nathan. I really
Of
appreciate
course.
you. And we will be looking forward for our next show. Follow us on our Facebook page to get more inspiration like this. Guys, good night. God bless. We love you. Thank you and see you soon again.
See ya.
Bye. Thank you, guys.